What I doing?
Hey everybody, this is Dr. J, Professor Spike and Kamal, streaming live from Long Island, New York and other parts of the Northeast. Beautiful day today.
Yeah.
I understand we're in for 2 weeks of rain. Build the ark. So it's really tragic what's going on with the hunt for the Titanic.
Yeah.
The tragedies keep adding there for some reason.
Yeah,
Well, maybe the Titanic is bad luck.
it's jinxed.
Yeah.
I do believe in jinx, actually.
Yeah,
I mean,
Ken is with us
nobody
today.
says you're lucky as a Titanic.
So today wasn't a bad day for those who have some money in Bitcoin, as I do and Kamal does. And do you have any
No,
Bitcoin?
I got my indirect through Coinbase.
All right, Coinbase. Hut had a very good day, the digital miner, which is merging with another digital miner. And
Marathon.
Mara doing well, and MicroStrategy. All of my main Bitcoin holdings up on the day kept me even today.
Nice.
Tesla leading the way.
Yeah, indeed. Can't keep a good Tesla down.
Yeah,
I think it's overpriced at this point. I really do.
Professor Omar shorted it.
Really.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't short it, but I think it's overpriced.
Professor, I had a long conversation with Professor Omar on Thursday, and he predicted the market will start going down tomorrow, meaning Friday. And so far, he's been right 2 days in a row. But I'm an Uber bull at this point. I'm not changing.
Right. You're not going to
Because
start unwinding all that you've done the last couple of weeks.
no, I mean I'm not happy that Professor Omar is still bearish, but scary.
Yeah, when you told me that, I bought a couple of more SQQQs just to put some credence into what he had to say.
Yeah, I mean he's thinking that it could make new lows. The S&P before it closes the year up around 3,900. He's with Mike Wilson, same exact number, 3,900 by the end of the year.
So now what's supposed to happen during the summer? We get these big doldrums, and then we just come back during the fall.
Last 3 months are usually good, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, so in this whole story, I guess we're talking about a deflation throughout the summer, and then a gradual comeback over the fall.
Frozen Smoke, is someone I respect very much on Twits, on stock Twits,
Uh huh.
very high on ALT, Altimmune. So I promise we take it.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah, ALT has been hovering around, I think around $4. I don't remember. We'll have to look at the chart. Indubitably is with us from Dallas, Texas, and L11. Altimmune is expecting catalysts within 3 days. It will fill the gap at 8 to 10. Another Altimmune fan. So I'm going to start with Altimmune, and we'll discuss Bitcoin. Well, let's make a featured stock of the day. An
I like that.
Altimmune will be the featured stock of the day.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, obviously, this is going to be based on a consensus between the three of us and the audience.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it seems that that autoimmune is a nice thought for the day.
Now the chart does not look, too exciting. It doesn't look bad. Put in a bottom back here in whatever that date is. It's not giving me the date, but it put in a bottom at 382, and it's been hovering right around 4, building a solid base. When as high as 5 on on a pop, couple of pops. Most recent pop took it to 555. So it's had a few pops, but it's basically hovering over the last few weeks anyway at around $4. Closed at 408. After hours doing nothing. So if the chart is not interesting, I asked Frozen Smoke why is it that he likes this one so much?
What's the catalyst?
Well, he responded. He said, number one is recent insider purchases by the CFO, CMO, and the director. Now, that's always good. Insider buying is always good. Insiders sell for many reasons, right? There might be a wedding or that they need the money
Right.
for, or whatever. But they only buy for one reason. That's because they think it's going up. So I like insider buys. The float is getting soaked up by big guys, Toots, etc. Public ownership is now under 10% and shrinking. I think that's double-sided,
Yeah.
but
Great.
not a bad thing. Tons of cash on hand and no debt. We like that, especially with BioDrek, because we're constantly getting diluted and killed that way. So it doesn't look like they need to issue a secondary. A recent drop in stock price a few months ago was an overreaction to adverse events. That is a dropout data that can be easily corrected by the trial design. So
Okay.
he's giving an answer.
Although we've been caught in that net many times.
Right.
And gotten out.
Several huge catalysts are coming in the next 18 months for obesity, NASH, and hepatitis.
Okay.
So three hot areas, liver disease and obesity. And well, hepatitis is liver disease.
Right.
Price is being held back currently by WS Wall Street, so big guys can load. That I don't believe. I always take those with a grain of salt. And then he says, "Stay tuned." And then he's got two more reasons. Some quotes by the CEO and others. And did he give me the quotes? Yes, he gave me the quotes. I'm not going to read them all, but they're very, very strongly bullish quotes about their drug. And he says the price action seems to be echoing prior big runs over the last several years, including last year. I would assume that means building a solid base. That's what it's doing now. And what else? Tons more info, but you get the idea now. Now he's deviating to talk about another stock. So Frozen Smoke is a big ALT bull. Thanks very much for the information provided. We have someone in the live stream that's very bullish ALT as well. So it might be a stock that is worth getting into, at least dipping your toes into the water.
Right.
Like most things, I always suggest going slowly in, averaging in. Our opinions, of course, and those of Frozen Smoke for that matter, are strictly our own and not investment advice. Check with an investment advisor before acting. Is it a good time for people to stop and subscribe if they haven't already?
Never
I
is.
agree.
It's always a good time to do that, right?
It's the best time.
Best time. And ring the bell, because that bell does something good. I'm not sure what it does, but it does something good. And tell your friends about us, and stay tuned, because we got some more goodies talking about Bitcoin from here going forward for the rest of the show, I think. Mara, in particular, Hut, and those are two miners. MicroStrategy, all of these are up big today. MicroStrategy up $20, 6.82%. Mara 17%, $1.74 to $11.72. And Hut had a similar move. So let's get right to the drawing board with them.
Sure.
MicroStrategy
Because
is
you've been passionate about Mara for a while.
very much range bound, as was BTC, Bitcoin itself. So you see that we're in this 265 to 310 trading range. We need to close above where we closed today, above that line that I drew, above 313. I want to close at least 315 with a probably high. I'd like to close midway between 313 and 332 tomorrow. And then I think I have more confidence that we're going to soon test the upper edge of its recent high at 348.24. That's my upside target right now, 348. My actual target on this is $900 to 1,000. I think if Bitcoin doubles, this one goes up 1.5 times, 2.5 times, whatever. So this one is outperforming Bitcoin big time. I think it'll continue to do so. Very much a Bitcoin play, although there's an underlying software business. Nobody seems to talk about that. So is it the time to buy now? I think so, but if you want to wait for a little dip, it hit as low as 299.73 today at the 50. That might be a little pullback to allow you to get in cheaper. So around $300 would be a good entry point or a good place to add on to MicroStrategy, I think.
You don't think it's going to hit back to 66?
It could, because it's been doing that a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's going to, if the market turns down just a little bit in the next couple of days, it's going to go down to 266.
It depends
depends
on catalysts. I mean, Bitcoin, we don't understand exactly why Bitcoin goes up when it does, as a rule, because it's not really tied to SPY, although for a while it was highly correlated. Now it seems to be having a mind of its own and hard to read its mind. But today's move is due largely to the thinking that BlackRock's ETF for spot Bitcoin will be approved sooner than later. And Fidelity has one following. And when gold GLD was first approved as an ETF, gold quadrupled. So that would be a good thing, a good catalyst. Bitcoin quadrupling would take it to 100 grand. And why not?
Wow. I mean, look, what are we talking? We're talking about any credibility. I mean, when GLD came out, gold was still gold. It's hard for me to understand how, just because there's a good, just because there's now more trading in it, or more easy trading in it, that it would actually have that big an impact.
Your audio, your voice is too low.
Sorry.
Gold is down today anyway.
I couldn't really follow your point of view because it's not coming in loud enough.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I was just trying to get an understanding of why the introduction of GLD would actually make a difference, and to see if, just to try to get my head around why a similar thing would do the same for Bitcoin.
I'm not. The thinking is maybe it would, not that it definitely would.
Right.
Not sure that it would. I'm going to close the door. I hear an echo in the house.
Maybe because it's an ease of access to buy and sell gold.
Yeah, maybe that's it. So yeah, certainly that would make a lot of sense. Something to make it that much easier to even buy it.
Right.
I mean, I understand Bitcoin is not gold.
Well, a lot of people think they're very similar.
Some people think that yes, some people do. Let's take a look now at the second stock that I mentioned, Bitcoin play.
Yeah,
up a
Mara.
whopping 17%.
Big day today.
Broke out of its long trading range. This is what I want to see for MicroStrategy. Want to see a similar breakout. We should look at Bitcoin itself, spot price. This is very, very pleasing to a Mara bull. It does look very much in reach. This 1283 was very much in reach, and I think the yearly high of 15 is in play. Of course, Kamal's point, we could have a pullback in Bitcoin tomorrow, which could give you better opportunity to get in.
Yeah, I'll load when it gets to 266.
By the way, Kamal, congratulations! You're leading the yearly picks on our website by
On
far.
the 6-month status check.
Yeah, I took a look at it today. You're up 60% on the year.
Wow.
I'm up 40%, so you're beating me by hands down.
I don't want to beat you, Dr. J.
I put a lot into Target, so I know I'm not doing well.
Yeah, I didn't check yours. I only checked Kamal.
Just as well. Don't bother.
Kamal has Nvidia as his bottom pick. If it was his top
That's right.
pick,
On Nvidia.
yeah. You made some really stellar picks, Kamal.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's funny because when you said them, I thought they were all vanilla, but meanwhile, I guess vanilla is the flavor of the year.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
They were obvious when you look back.
Yeah, well, even at the time, I was like, "Geez, don't you have anything interesting to say?"
In hindsight, they were extremely obvious.
Like what? Like Sava and Dermatech and the other ones?
I could go to the website and take a look, but let's take a look first at HUT.
All right, HUD is in that zone that you're talking about.
HUT is merging with another miner.
Really?
Yeah, it had a phenomenal run today, didn't it? At one point it was up huge. It gave back. It was up to 1270. It was up to not 1279. It was up to 277 at one point. But it turns out Mara had the better percentage move. I like them both. I own both, and they're both been on a tear. This one's been on a real tear. This one is year to date, I think, leading. Well, Mara might be slightly better year to date. We'll have to take a look. But I can take a look in a second because I own them both. Year to date, I just want to see how my portfolio is doing year to date. Year to date, Mara is up 227%, HUT 201%, Meta 131%, MicroStrategy 115%. Not bad.
No, not bad at all.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at what to do with this one. Well, I think we passed the high of the year, which was probably back here at 255. We closed above it. Very strong shot. I'd hold it. I own it. I didn't sell any. I'm not planning on selling any. I didn't add to it. I should have. I haven't added recently. 256. That's a nice close on the day. I think 1279 could be taken out as early as tomorrow, or we could close the gap to this number right in here on the downside, 230-ish. 230 would be an entry point for that. Did I put down anything else? I don't remember.
Well, we were going to talk about why Virgin Galactic was so galactic.
Space?
Yeah. Space is the winner of the winner of the day.
Yeah,
I have a lot of shares there. A lot.
that's good.
That's wonderful.
Up 27%. That's nothing to sneeze at. And it just reversed the candle from Friday.
Yeah, but that candle from Friday already was a phenomenal candle from the day before.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with the technicals. I don't even know what's going on with the chart.
It's
when I
hard to
see
read. It's hard to read for the last couple of days.
when I see this, I get a headache. But it does look like it's near the 2.6 high at 661. That would be a target here. So if you're bullish based on the fundamentals,
So
I,
are you looking to trim?
I,
Are you looking?
I would think a close above 660 would confirm it.
Kamal, you're just gonna let this ride, right?
I'm gonna let this ride.
Okay.
Yeah, I would let it ride.
Yeah, just set it and forget it. What is it? Buy it and forget it.
Set it right. Set it and forget.
I wouldn't necessarily forget it, but I'd watch it.
Whatever happened to the days of buy and hold?
Even Warren Buffett doesn't really buy and hold anymore.
No, nobody does. Well, nobody with brains. Which makes me think I'm hoping that Kathy trims a little Tesla if bad news is coming.
Kathy fooling around. She's whoring around, Kathy.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, again, we're not supposed to be looking too far back because then that'll prejudice us. Because if you look at this long-range chart, you're thinking, well, the real money's coming later.
284 was a recent low. This one really shot up, double. Recently, doubled recently.
Yep.
Well, good.
And it's got the on the upside this area right here.
Right, sort of like what you were showing for alt.
Yeah, just about where it closed above that, actually.
I think it will.
No, just below where the line.
Right, so that's a place to break through. Hopefully that'll be a new floor.
You look how important it is to close above that line, because that's a whole other stratosphere.
Put you into a new tier.
You really need to close above that $6 area. What was this high?
Then it goes to outer space.
661. No, definitely. You need to close
more
above
than just
661. Then you have these. Who knows what's in store? Maybe $15. It's got to close above 666. The devil made me do it. Anything else worth looking at? The spiders. The spiders.
Spiders, and then I'd like to talk about Amazon. Why is it stuck there? It's like not moving beyond 125, 127.
Maybe because it has
doing like Apple.
Maybe because it has a PE of about 120.
But that's not keeping Apple from just taking a straight line to the moon.
Correct.
Yeah. I don't even know what the PE is on Amazon, but I know it's huge. Amazon is probably the best buy of all the big tech, simply because it hasn't moved all the way back like the others, like Apple, Microsoft. It's still pretty far away from its all-time high.
Did you know that the PE ratio for Apple is only 31.4?
Right. And what is it for Amazon? Over 100, right?
Let me see. I'll tell you right now. But I mean, I would have thought that was a lot higher. Amazon, the PE ratio is 304.
Big difference.
Yeah, massive difference.
Maybe that has something to do with the fact that it hasn't recovered totally. But Amazon is a company that never cared about profits and revenue and earnings in its history.
Well, Bezos is going to have 2 ex-wives soon.
Yeah. Q's a place to. Well, what about the chart on SPY again?
Oh, right.
I think today doesn't prove anything. It's like a tiny little red in a sea of green.
Yeah,
Can't-
if you get one more of those, then that would be a trim sign.
I'm on the weekly though. Let's go to the daily. So now we
Yeah,
have two tiny specks in a
yeah,
sea
and
of green.
it's showing trim.
But today's candle shows recovery. It's not that bad a candle. I think we close the gap and reverse it for the rest of the week.
Okay.
That's what I think. Might as well end on a bullish note.
Fine with me.
I think we covered everything. The stock of the day is ALT, a lot of bullish momentum, catalyst coming. And night 2 is with us.
Now, let me ask a quick question. Do you think Target is going to come back after all of this kerfuffle goes away? After June?
Andrew's asking about all the old timers. Maybe we should have an old timer day.
Yeah, well, if Omar comes on, it's
Arjun promised when he comes back from Southeast Asia, he'll be on.
oh, okay, good.
And Jiggly, I don't have a way of contacting him.
Right.
Jake, I can definitely get him back for a show. Linda, I think I have Linda's contact info. So maybe we'll have an old timers day. We'll get Jake, Arjun, Linda, Pete, get a bunch of people.
Oh yeah, Pete. Yeah.
So as always, do your own due diligence. I mentioned that already. Subscribe. I mentioned that already. Have a great trading day tomorrow. Did I mention that?
I think it's going to be red.
No. You're looking very relaxed. That's a very bullish sign.
Exactly. Well, today's Tuesday.
I like to listen. I think I think we are embracing into a red remainder of the week. I'm pessimistic the remainder of the week.
Oh, I'm pessimistic the remainder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm optimistic. I think we turn it around tomorrow.
That's why we have you. That's why we attend the show, Dr. J.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
why vanilla's not the only flavor.
All right. Over the summer, we're going to do Tuesdays definitely, and an occasional Thursday, right?
Yeah, that's about right.
All right. Take care, guys. Bye bye.
Take care,
Take care.
everybody.
Bye.